All right, so today is an off day, or day off of work, so it's a good day to get in the garage to start working on the Jeep. We're going to start working on getting the Rockhard cage where it will work with my Offroad Heroes top. I'm not willing to get rid of the Offroad Heroes top, and I want the Rockhard cage. So we're going to modify the one of the two, probably both, to work with each other. So let's get started. It is a crisp 40 degrees. Doors are shut. I'm gonna go crank up my little heater and we'll get started. All right, so it's really not any better in the garage. I mean, I guess it is. I got the heat on. I ran it for, I don't know, I'll have to look back, but I think I've ran it for about 45 minutes. We're up to 44 degrees. So, but I gotta turn the heat off because if I have the heat running, the audio quality's crap. So, but here, this is what we're working with: the Offroad Heroes multi-top. I have the slant back up in the attic, but this is the top that I like to run. So the Rockhard cage has a clamp here. The Heroes top bolts here. So what I got to do is I got to figure out a way to modify either the top or the clamp, which I actually think it's going to be both. This bar bolts in this hole, which the clamp actually clamps forward of this hole. So I'm hoping it won't take much modification. All right, so the first issue you're going to run into is when you go to put this center bar in, you got to take your speaker bar off. But on the Offroad Heroes top, you have this spacer plate, and then your channel that your front and back pieces connect into. So let's see. So it goes down like this. And it creates a gap over here that you're not going to want. So first thing we got to do is center this piece up. Once we get it centered up, then we can mark the spacer pieces, and we'll cut those right here, and that'll allow your channel bar to sit down and ride flush along here. It'll actually get it down to about the height that it needs to be at. All right. Now we've got both sides to the for the upper channel. Okay, so now that we got these set up, we get these put in place. Put this down. And it actually looks like it might work out just fine. All right, so the next issue is this hole. With the front top piece has that flat bar that comes across here, and then it bolts here. All right, as you can see, it's it's at a really bad angle, and then create an air gap. So what's happening is I'm pressed up against this, and then I'm low back here. So maybe I think I have a couple that are already ground down for these. So I may replace this one with a ground one, and maybe throw a couple washers in here, see what it does. See if it takes that and tilts it back a little bit, which will allow this to snug down. Here is the final thing that I had to do to make this all work together. And it ended up actually being a little simpler than what I thought. So, all right, so up front here, I drilled a new hole, tapped the cage, the factory cage, and I'm gonna get a button head style bolt for this one. Here, so what was happening is this bar, and if I tried using this one, I had to space this out, and it was throwing everything off. So what I ended up doing was I went ahead and just drilled and tapped this part of the cage. I bolted this side rail to this. I would actually recommend going a little oversized on this, so you can loosen this up and slide this in and out. Because right now mine is super tight on trying to get the cage or the top velcroed across the bottom. So I'm gonna open this hole up a little bit so I can move this in and out. That holds down the header bar. That way you don't get the wind coming in from the front. This one, it holds down that side rail. That way your top has something to Velcro to, and it's pretty solid. So then here, just cut that center section piece out, and the top or the cage is in. The top sits nice and flush and pretty smooth, with the exception of these hex head bolts here that I'm going to put some cap screws in, and then same with these little ones here. I'll do some cap screws on there so it's a nice smooth top. All in all, it's done. And I'm glad too, because the amount of times that I've had to climb up and down from the floor to the top, 3.5 inch lift with 40s, it's up there. My arms are starting to get a little tired pulling my big ass up. So now that everything's fitted and working together, I'm gonna pull the cage out, get it off the paint, and then get everything put back together. Hopefully. All right, well, we're done. Well, sort of, but we're done with this video. Thumbs up if you liked it. Leave me some comments. Let me know if you've got the top, if you've thought about doing the Rockhard cage. Leave me comments what you did, and maybe you didn't do a video, but you made it work. Tell me if I did it right. Tell me if I did it wrong. Any comments are appreciated. Hit the subscribe, and let's go wheeling.